Hello, my name is Noah Kong, and I'm going to analyze an excerpt from the infamous nightmare sequence from the film Trainspotting.
Question number one. The human immunodeficiency virus is a
retrovirus.
retrovirus is the right answer.
Some months game, Mrs. Ray. I'm not saying I was blameless myself, far from it, but there comes a time when you have to turn your back on that nonsense and just say no. Just say no.
Question number two. HIV binds to which receptor on the host lymphocyte? Which receptor is that?
CD4.
CD4 is the right answer.
Better than sex, friends. Better than sex. The ultimate hit. I'm a fucking adult. I can find out for myself. I'm finding out all right.
This particular excerpt begins with a close-up of Renton convulsing in his bed while he looks back at his room in staunch paranoia. We then cut to a TV broadcast of Renton's parents on a game show guessing the names of prescription drugs. The use of wide-angle lenses and rapid editing not only emphasize the fear that Renton feels through going through withdrawal, but it also shows the trivialization of youth culture, as seen through polite society. Not even Renton's parents think their son will convincingly change for the better. We then see Sick Boy being interrogated by his mother regarding his own substance abuse. Once again, the wide-angle lens and spare production design emphasize this is an alternate reality that his friends are partaking in. It also shows that his friends are more likely better off being separate from him, given that Renton is more resistant to the idea of cleaning up. We soon hear the cry of Saki Boy and Allison's baby before we see them crawling on the ceiling. This moment further reminds Renton and the viewer that his choices and the environment that he's stuck in is a byproduct of how society rejects those that attempt to conform to normalcy. Renton looks on in horror as he sees his friend Spud in a ball and chain looking over him. The distorted framing and minimal production design invokes a horror flick as Spud is hunched over in an almost monster-like position, reminding Renton of his betrayal of their friendship given his plea to clean up his act. Once again, later on in the scene, we see a cut to a game show. This once again emphasizes how drug abuse and the people who are outsiders to that culture often trivialize that culture that comes from these drugs. Then, we see one of Renton's friends reminding him of the thrill of the drugs and the rebellious attitude that is oh so alluring. However, even Tommy's reminder of a drug-induced rebellion has limits. Notice the corpse-like skin tone and the slack posture of Tommy. This creates an explicit portrait of how such resistance to conformity has dire consequences. These horrific visions, and the nightmare sequence as a whole, is a stark reminder of the youth culture's limiting rebellion of the 1990s. They may have challenged the status quo through uncultured means like drug abuse, but it does not create meaningful impacts. This concludes this presentation.